I'm Paul Majors. Coming up, a mystery noise could lead investigators to what caused the crash of that TWA jetliner. Also, health concerns for children who train hard for athletics. And a live interview with a Minnesotan who's among the elite gymnasts in the world. Next.
Auto glass replacement by Glass Service Company. We give you time for the more important things in life. Hi, I'm George Corporal. We have excellent installers and quality glass. We even bill your insurance company directly. When you need auto glass replaced, give us a call.
Steve, how can one phone line do the work of two?
I don't know.
How can you prioritize your incoming calls?
I don't know. Ask me something about plumbing.
Don't worry, Steve. The small business group at US West is here to handle your phones. And now during our free installation proclamation, we're installing lots of products free. Call us to find out which ones can help your business. After all, you know plumbing. And we know phones. The small business group at US West.
To celebrate the summer games, all diamond jewelry at Hoff Jewelers is half price. Plus, take up to 24 months to pay with no money down. Even the award-winning Hoff exclusives are half price. Be a winner with a winner. Hoff Jewelers, the Twin Cities' leading diamond importer.
KARE 11, your 1996 Olympic station. And now, KARE 11 News 11 at 11.
A split-second sound captured on tape may provide the first real clue about what happened to TWA Flight 800. Good evening. The FBI says it may soon declare the TWA explosion an act of terrorism.
That's because the noise captured on the jet's so-called black boxes is the first hint of real physical evidence that the crash may have been caused by a bomb. Investigators are now poring over the flight data recorders in Washington, trying to salvage what they can from the slightly damaged and water-soaked tapes. And it's the mystery noise that has investigators leaning more toward a bomb theory.
About 11½ minutes after takeoff, the recording ended abruptly. All 4 CVR channels recorded a brief fraction of a second sound just prior to the end of the tape.
In an effort to head off any further air tragedy, President Clinton has ordered tough new security rules at the nation's airports, and for travelers, it will mean delays. Among the changes, more hand searches of luggage and carry-on bags, more extensive cargo searches, and mandatory inspections for all international flights. That, of course, includes flights at Twin Cities International. Tonight, KARE 11's Boyd Hooper takes a look at what travelers can expect there.
It's not the most comforting thing to take a flight.
I'll carry that one.
After a major air disaster.
I'm going out for a wedding.
But tonight, Pat Moe was off to Denver anyway.
I'm not so concerned flying locally, but my daughter's going over to Europe in another week, and I'm a little more concerned about that.
Pat's concerns would be eased a bit by the tighter airport security measures announced today by President Clinton.
From now on, we will hand search more luggage and screen more bags. And we will require pre-flight inspections for any plane flying to or from the United States.
It's probably appropriate.
Reaction from Northwest Airlines was favorable.
Over time, we'll cooperate fully and make sure people can continue to feel safe whenever they fly an airline.
But there's a price to pay for that added security.
Especially if you're one of those people who always seems to be running late for a plane.
Expect to be told to get to the airport earlier.
And checking 3 pieces to Rapid City.
And then expect to wait longer to board, as much as a half hour longer, according to one federal official. And your ticket will probably cost more, too. You'll be paying for new security people and equipment.
I'd be willing to pay more for safety.
For the top cop at Twin Cities International, it brings to mind another time in the early 1970s when the first metal detectors arrived at airports.
1973, there was something like 78 hijackings in the United States in 1 year. The screening checkpoints were put in place, and the last hijacking in the U.S. took place in 1988.
He only hopes for the same success this time. Boyd Hooper, KARE 11 News, Twin Cities International Airport.
Officials at Northwest Airlines say it's just too soon to say how much ticket prices could increase because of added security.
St. Paul police may be getting closer to tracking down whoever killed 4-year-old Davisha Gillum, but that's of little consolation to those mourning her loss. Along with her friends and family, countless others who never met her are saddened by what happened, and they're stopping by the Amoco station where Davisha was fatally shot last weekend. They're leaving behind cards, letters, and mementos in memory of the little girl.
I came here to say a little prayer for her, and for the family, and hopefully they'll catch the guys who did this.
St. Paul police have arrested a 25-year-old man they say may be connected in some way to Davish's murder. He has not yet been charged.
Tips continue to pour into Minneapolis police tonight regarding a suspected serial killer. Investigators believe one man is responsible for murdering 3 people whose badly burned bodies were found in Theodore Worth Park. If you have any information, you're asked to call a special police hotline at 593-1267. The search is on for burglars who ransacked offices in the Lake Calhoun Professional Building in Minneapolis. The suspects stole computers and other valuables from several offices, including that of congressional candidate Jack Oldrich. And the Minnesota Supreme Court is giving Blue Cross and Blue Shield the green light to sue tobacco companies. The insurance company is trying to recover health care costs they attribute to smoking. The lawsuit accuses the tobacco industry of deceiving the public about the hazards of smoking.
A potential health risk is prompting a recall tonight from a Wisconsin ice cream maker. La Crosse-based Quick Trip Incorporated is recalling its Nature's Touch chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. The product contains eggs which aren't listed among the ingredients, and some people are allergic to eggs. Consumers in Wisconsin and Minnesota are asked to return the ice cream to stores.
There's an important breakthrough tonight that may one day help paralyzed people walk again. Scientists in Sweden have found a way to make paralyzed rats walk. The rats didn't walk perfectly, but they could move their own legs. Doctors here say it's the best hope yet that a cure for paralysis is possible. There's concern in Atlanta tonight over a health problem directly related to the weather. Nearly 400 Olympic spectators and staff members have been treated for heat-related illnesses like dehydration, heat cramps, and fainting. The daily high temperature in Atlanta has ranged from 88 to 93 degrees since the games began. 2 nights ago, American gymnast Carrie Strug catapulted the women's gymnastics team to a gold medal with a gutsy performance.
Since then, there's been plenty of talk about the demanding nature of competitive gymnastics. In fact, a new report from the New England Journal of Medicine finds that repetitive training and excessive pressure to win can put top gymnasts at risk for life-endangering physical and psychological disabilities. And as KARE 11's Melissa Young reports, those in the sport are looking for a way to balance success with health.
It's a wonder to watch.
Stretch. Longer. Good job.
You can see the confidence, the determination in their eyes.
Stick. Yes. All right. Good job.
That's the good girls can get from athletics. But for some, there are problems, too. Studies show as many as 1/3 of elite female athletes suffer from eating disorders or less severe disordered eating. Some train so hard they lose their periods, lowering estrogen levels and bone density.
They've done studies, for example, of young female athletes in their teens and 20s who have the bones of 50-year-olds or 60-year-olds.
Tight legs, point your toes, step, stick. Good job. Yeah.
Katitza Deli has coached gymnastics for 25 years. She believes the problem isn't sports.
Gymnastics doesn't make athletes being sick. You can see models, you can see, media people, you can see the, actors and actresses too. So I think this really is a social issue.
She also doesn't focus on weight for her athletes, but experts say some coaches do, pushing some girls over the edge. Sandra Chaplin understands. She took up running for weight control.
And within 6 months, I was running 100 miles a week.
She's also in recovery after years battling eating disorders.
And I think there's a healthy way to do it. It's just that there are some of us who cannot do it in a healthy way.
Many believe the tide is turning. This year's U.S. women's team is older and weighs on average 10 pounds more than the '92 team. That could be the right kind of inspiration for kids learning competition doesn't have to be bad for your health.
Good job.
Melissa Young, KARE 11 News.
Experts say other sports like long-distance running and figure skating also have higher incidence of eating disorders and other problems.
Ken Barlow has been watching the skies for you. Then we explained that he couldn't do that in his office. He had to go outside, so he's in the backyard right now.
I knew there was a catch to this job.
First look at weather tonight.
Thanks for explaining it to me.
Yeah,
yeah, it's late, and the rain is gone, and that's the thing we want to talk about tonight. We still do need some, and we could get a little bit this weekend, but for the most part, a dry weather pattern is again setting up. Here are the details. Overnight tonight, mostly clear. It's just beautiful out here. Comfortable, 56 to 61. Tomorrow, lots of sun. There'll be a few afternoon clouds, 76 to 81. And then increasing clouds on Saturday, but it'll be dry. Maybe a shower Saturday night and another 1 or 2 on Sunday. Back to 80 by Monday. We will go into detail a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Time to head into the newsroom. Jeff Hagedorn.
All right, sir, it's been a tough couple of weeks for the Vikings, but tonight there was finally some good news to report as the team announced the signing of top draft pick Dwayne Clemens to a 5-year deal worth about $5.8 million. Clemens was the 16th overall selection in this year's NFL draft. He can play both defensive end and linebacker, but will most likely be used as a pass rushing specialist at least early in his career. Either way, he's excited to be wearing the purple.
You know, I'm going to go out there and try to represent being a good example by bringing my work ethic and the skills that I have and trying to master them and showing guys that I'm here to play and I'm serious about competing and being on the field and playing as much as I can.
We're, as I said, very excited. Dwayne will be heading down to training camp tonight. Coaching staff is eager to welcome him, and we're looking forward to great things from Dwayne over the next several years.
Meantime, earlier today, the Twins rewarded manager Tom Kelly with a 3-year contract extension that runs through the year 2000. Then the team went out and celebrated with a victory over the Red Sox at the Dome. The final was 16-6. We'll have highlights coming up a little bit later on in sports.
All right. Thank you very much. It's time for us to take a break so we can get some sleep. And hey, it's almost the weekend, so why don't you stay up, because we'll be up when we come back.
That's right. We'll just stay up all the way. If you're hooked on the Olympics, there's plenty ahead, including a secret for success that you can try at home.
Also, we'll talk live with Minnesota gymnast John Roethlisberger about the performance of U.S. teams at the Games.
But first, more little-known facts about the Atlanta Games that Paul and the rest of you can use to impress your friends.
Stock up with tools savings at Menards. Tackle a wide range of jobs with power staplers from DuoFast. Staple guns are on sale for $18.95. Hammer staplers only $29.95. Find studs the easy way with stud sensors from Zircon. They take the guesswork out of hanging pictures. Choose from several models starting at $8.99. For top deals on tools, head to Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Circuit City's home electronics and appliance sale is going on now through Saturday only. Just look what's in store. All TVs 31 inches and larger are on sale. All loudspeakers and mini systems are on sale too. All refrigerators are on sale. And you'll get a free color inkjet printer when you buy any desktop computer. Plus, all camcorders are on sale. Like this RCA 8mm for just $299.97. Save throughout the store now through Saturday only at Circuit City, the official electronics and appliance store of NASCAR.
Per pelle italiana si intende passione, moda, eleganza. Slumberland dispone della più grande selezione nel Midwest di articoli in pelle pregiata italiana. Tutta la pelle Natuzzi a metà prezzo. La pelle Slumberland e Natuzzi a metà prezzo.
The new Dodge. It's about change. The new Dodge. It's breaking rules and making new rules. The new Dodge. If we violate the laws of physics, will we be punished? The new Dodge. It's about change. The new Dodge.
This is big news. This is unbelievable. I gotta let everybody know.
Join Friends and Family free and get 1 free hour of calls automatically. Every month to other MCI customers. No names, no lists, free calls every month. There's no better savings than free, honey. Call now to sign up for this new plan, Friends and Family free. Free calls, whoopee!
Remaining right here.
Riding high from the gold medal performance, U.S. gymnasts take a shot at individual glory in the Atlanta Games. From the balance beam to the swimming pool, U.S. athletes continued to fight hard tonight for Olympic hardware.
But perhaps the most dramatic event was once again gymnastics. KARE Levins.
Not the interview with President and Mrs.
Well, I don't know. I think Randy Shaver and Joan Steffen have taken no-dos. They're with us now with more.
Welcome, you guys.
Oh,
Hi, it's been an exciting day down here. I got a chance to watch the women's gymnastics this afternoon.
But let's explain.
I gotta show you
He
my
had row
ticket.
7, seat 8, but section 349.
I was so excited. Row 7, section 349. I was like on the top deck. It looked like a flea circus from where I was, but it was still exciting just to be there. It was a memorable night in women's gymnastics. Unfortunately, no miracle, no gold for the women United States team. In fact, all were just shut out of the medals completely. It was very disappointing. Instead, the gold went to world champion Lilia Podkopaeva of the Ukraine, generally regarded as a favorite, along with American Shannon Miller. But after a strong start, Miller faded, ending up in 8th. The other 2 Americans did no better. Dominique Moceanu came in 9th. Dominique Dawes, an amazing 17th considering she started.
Yeah.
First 2 rotations, she was in 1st place.
That's right.
Very disappointing for her.
Minnesota gymnast John Roethlisberger joins us live up here tonight. It's 10 minutes to 1, so we appreciate his time. You were there tonight at the Georgia Dome. In fact, you called me and said, I can't leave here. This is too good. What happened?
Well, you know, when I called you, that's just when Dominique Dawes and Shannon Miller were in 1st and 2nd, and I'm thinking this is probably the most exciting meet I've ever seen in my life, and I cannot tear myself away. And 20 minutes later, it all kind of fell apart, and I'm looking at my watch thinking, well, I could call Randy right about now, but it was still a great meet. I mean, Olympic gymnastics is one of the most exciting things I've ever experienced.
Can you talk about, and we'll show this, what happened to Dominique in the floor exercise?
Oh, it's just, that's how gymnastics is. You know, her best event is probably floor exercise, and she's one of the best in the world on that event. And at any time, the floor can drop out. You know, she probably felt great. It was probably right there. She probably thought everything was going fine, and the next thing you know, she's sitting back on her rear.
Now, John, the crowd reacted pretty strongly to the scoring on that one for Dominique. Was that fair, do you think, the 9?
You know, I don't know exactly the technicalities there, but a fall is usually 5/10, and she went out of bounds, which is a 10th. So the way they were judging floor, they were generally tough, so it was probably pretty fair.
Let's talk about your situation, because you are an alternate in individual competition, which starts on Sunday. Talk about yesterday and finishing 7th in the all-around, because that was a big step up from 92.
Oh yeah, I moved up about 27 places, so I figure if I go for 2,000, I could probably win a few gold medals. But I was really excited. You know, I wanted to go out, and you know, I didn't know what my chances were. I knew to win a medal was a huge long shot, and I wanted to go out and have a great performance and leave the floor happy, and I really did that, and in a lot of ways I exceeded my expectations.
And just so people don't understate the accomplishment, that's the highest finish by a male gymnast in a non-boycotted Olympics for the U.S. Is
Yeah, I
correct?
didn't know that until I got off the floor.
That's pretty cool.
I was really excited.
Yeah.
So what now? Is 2000, because you trained almost every day from the end of 92 until yesterday to get to that point. Do you do that again for 2000, or when do you start thinking about that?
A lot of people have asked me that, and to decide while I'm here at the Olympic Games is probably not a good idea, because I'd probably keep training forever. It's just so exciting. But I'm going to take it 1 week at a time. I know I'm going to keep training for another year, probably try to go back to another World Championships, and I'm having a great time doing gymnastics. I love training up in my home in Minnesota, and I love representing Minnesota in my country, so I'll keep going for a little bit.
Go home and train your 10-year-old brother for the 2004.
We appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
John
very much.
Roethlisberger, who did a great job yesterday finishing 7th. You got some other things to take care of.
Yeah, U.S. swimmer Janet Evans went for her 3rd consecutive goal in the 800-meter freestyle. She did not make it. In fact, she did not medal at all, coming in 5th. Had she won a gold, she would have tied Bonnie Blair for most golds by a woman in individual competitions. In women's soccer, Minnesota goalie Bryce Scurry had a perfect game. Unfortunately, so did China's goalie, and the game ended in a 0-0 tie. Now, fortunately, the U.S. has already clinched a semifinal berth. They do play Norway on Sunday, so that'll be exciting, too.
Women's team handball begins tomorrow here in Atlanta at the Olympic Games, and we had a chance to watch their practice the other day. 5 Minnesotans on this team. And I had a chance to talk with the fabulous 5 from Minnesota. You know, this sport is kind of like hockey in a sense that a lot of times it comes down to the goalie. If the goalie's hot, you know, everybody feeds off the goalie and things get going that way.
Yeah, I think
Not to put any pressure on you.
yeah, I think a couple good saves really does ignite the offense. Usually they do result in scores. The defense lets down when they have an easy opportunity to score, and the goalie comes up with a big save.
We're pretty loose right now. I think you saw some of our practice, and it's not real. We're not tight yet, and I think we have nothing to lose. We are the underdogs, and that's a good position to be in sometimes. So we don't have any pressure.
I don't have expectations to go out there and be like, we're going to be the team to beat. We're not the team to beat. They're the teams to beat. Yeah. So we have nothing to lose. If we go out there and play like we've learned over the of what we've learned from the past 2 years, if we play like that, we'll do well.
With the 5 Minnesotans, you're the one that has the least experience heading into this, but I mean, I'm sure that everybody here has kind of helped pick you up over the last 4 years to kind of get you ready for this.
Well, everyone's been in this position also, so although I'm the least experienced Minnesotan, I'm not the least experienced on the team thing. So I got some great veterans who show me some great things, and you know, just traveling around the world playing against some of the greatest teams in the world, you know, you watch and you try to learn, and then you try to do what you can.
Does this team have the capability of winning a medal?
Oh, definitely. We have the capability. We just have to bring it all together at the same time. And it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to play our hearts out and just go from there. That's what it's going to take. Everybody being on at the same time and just feeling confident and leaving it all out on the court.
I can't even describe it. Even in my dreams, I can't feel it yet because I think it's going to be something outrageous, because if you're in a sport like ours that doesn't get a lot of publicity, doesn't get a lot of money, and we do it because we love the sport and we enjoy sports, that's the reward if we can win, finish on a good note.
Team USA definitely an underdog to win a medal in women's handball. You grew up with this sport in Cambridge, didn't you? You know all about this.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time the other day. Looks like a blast, though. It'll be great fun to watch.
We actually have tickets to that on Sunday.
Yeah,
too,
and here's a news flash, Paul and Di. It is cold here tonight. I'm shivering. I'm not nervous. I'm cold.
What did it drop to 80 or something?
Yeah, what's chilly?
I think it's actually like high 70s. I'm not sure.
Well, that's got to be nice for you guys after all that heat.
Yeah, I could use a jacket.
Nice. Well, I'm sorry we don't have more time to spend with you.
You really? You don't?
No, Di and I got a hankering for some pigs in a blanket and some maple syrup.
Yeah.
Breakfast time now.
All right, see you later.
We'll see you guys later. And let's head out to the backyard right now. Mr. Barlow is hanging around out there.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's time to wake up and do the weather. We've got some pretty good news coming up for the weekend. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of rain in it. And as I've been saying all week long, although it is nice to have a dry weekend and some dry weather, it would also be nice to have some rain for farmers and gardeners and lawns. And there's simply not much coming. Let's get on with this thing and go to the almanac. 80 degrees officially today. We did warm up. 57 the low this morning, a very comfortable night. It'll be that way overnight tonight, too. There's been no rain. And there's a sunset tomorrow night at 8:47 after coming up at 5:51. Now, we've had some very hot weather to the west, but in the east, they're experiencing the same stuff. This is why Joan is cold. The high in Atlanta today, a mere 85 degrees. They've had showers and thunderstorms on and off, and that has helped cool it. 90s, though, lurking in Florida. They'll come back to Atlanta over the weekend. 92 in Dallas today. This white area all the way up into Washington, 100 degrees plus out there. These are the evening temperatures, still in the 90s in the white area and parts of the red area, but basically cooling down now as we had a couple of scattered showers moving through this area. Late this afternoon and early this evening, they were much more widespread. There weren't that many around than they were yesterday. 59 in St. Cloud, 57 at Brainerd. I should have had another cup of coffee. Nationally, this is what's going on. Not much here, but some heavier weather down to the south. Tornado watches as close as western Nebraska and parts of Kansas and Oklahoma. That weather, though, is going to stay there. We are not going to get involved in that. We are going to have a pretty fair weather pattern for the next several days. Let's take a break. I'll rub my eyes and wake up right afterwards. First, a look at the lake.
Family safety just got more affordable with $1,500 cash back on Ford Windstar, the only minivan to earn the government's highest 5-star crash protection rating. Ford Windstar, rated higher than Dodge, higher than Chrysler. Add in your $1,500 cash rebate and Windstar costs over $2,500 less than Caravan. Choose Ford Windstar and you'll get more. The highest rating and $1,500 cash back. See your Northland Ford dealer today. There's more to afford.
It happens every 4 years. The world's finest gather in one place. It happens every day at Hoff Jewelers. Steve Hoff travels the world to bring you the finest diamonds, handpicked from the leading diamond centers. To celebrate the summer games, all diamond jewelry at Hoff Jewelers is half price. Plus, take up to 24 months to pay with no money down. Even the award-winning Hoff exclusives are half price. Plus, take up to 24 months to pay with no money down. Be a winner with a winner. Hoff Jewelers, the Twin Cities' leading diamond importer.
There is a girl being born in America, and somebody will tell her she is beautiful, and somebody will tell her she is strong. Somebody will tell her she's precious, and somebody will say she is tough. There's a girl being born in America, and someone will give her a doll, and someone will give her a ball, and then someone will give her a chance.
The Olympic Games, celebrating the notion that it truly is a small world. Unless, of course, you're UPS, bringing things to the Games in Atlanta from every corner of that small world. Every day, we serve over 200 countries and territories, speak 43 languages, and deliver overnight to a world that still measures 25,000 miles around. Oh, we are all one big family. It's just that the family is a little spread out. UPS, worldwide Olympic sponsor.
Television. Let's get on with the forecast. Overnight tonight, we're looking at a mostly clear sky, temperatures 56 to 61. Tomorrow, a beautiful day to end the week, 76 to 81 with a lot of sun, a few clouds. Saturday, the clouds move in. There could be a few showers by Saturday night and again on Sunday, but again, most of the weekend rain-free. 80 comes back to us on Monday. Any more live shots from Atlanta there we want to look at? Or is that it for the night?
Who cares?
Yeah, go to bed.
Thank you.
All right.
Coming up in sports with Jeff Hagedorn.
The Twins are hot, winning their 4th in a row. Plus, as you know, the Vikings signed their #1 pick.
And a longtime Buffalo Bill puts his signature on a Vikings contract. He's in there somewhere. Sports is next.
This Olympic news break brought to you by TCF.
London, here we come. Got the tickets?
Check.
Passports?
Check.
Traveler's checks?
Uh-oh. The banks are closed. It's Sunday.
Hey, guys. TCF's Cub Foods locations are open 7 days a week, and they have traveler's checks, too.
Spot of tea, Sir Bob.
Jolly good, Sir Joe.
And don't forget, TCF's checking is free, not just now.
Theaters. Those who own the finest the world has to offer expect a lot from their cars. Impeccable service, precise engineering, flawless in every detail. So it is telling that 2/3 of LS400 owners purchase another Lexus. With the highest customer loyalty in its class, the LS400 offers a custom fit in an off-the-rack world. Unthinkable, except by Lexus of Wayzata.
Hi, I'm George Corporal. When you need auto glass replaced, give us a call. You can use the time you save to enjoy that free box of Simic steaks we give you. That guy's worth listening to.
Put yourself in this picture. Call Glass Service Company today.
Why does this always happen right before a presentation?
I can't even believe this.
Tell you what, boys, these computers are really slow.
And the network isn't working.
What? The network has stopped responding.
Neither are you.
I've tried that already. Okay.
We make networks work. We're enterprise networking services from US West.
It is the midnight hour, isn't it?
Jeff Hagedorn's here. Now, boy, the Twins handing out a pounding.
Just when you were ready to write them off.
A whomping.
A whomping. A stomping tonight at the Dome.
A thumping.
Fresh off a 3-game sweep of the Orioles, the Twins return home tonight to open a series with the Red Sox, and they picked up right where they left off in Baltimore. That's right, they bombed them. They bombed them. Dwayne Clemens, have more on that in just a second, but Boston actually led 4-0 in this one. Twins rally, Roberto Kelly taking Tim Wakefield the opposite way. That made it 4-3, and the crowd feels it. Later in the same inning, Scott Stahoviak with the base hit to right. Paul Molitor comes around to score. Twins sent 12 men to the plate in the 4th inning, scoring 7 runs. They added 6 more in the 5th. Yeah, they whomped them. The final score was 16-6 over the Red Sox. Tom Kelly's crew has now won 4 straight. Well, Dwayne Clemens wasn't the only addition to the Vikings defense today. The team also came to terms with veteran linebacker Darryl Talley. The 36-year-old Talley spent 12 of his 13 previous seasons with the Buffalo Bills, earning 2 trips to the Pro Bowl. He signed a 1-year deal tonight and is expected to help fill the void left by the injury to Eddie McDaniel.
Darryl came in and worked out this afternoon and looked good, and I think he's very eager to come here this year and do well. I think he was a little disappointed how things turned out last year in Atlanta for him, and I think from that perspective he'll add some veteran savvy and leadership to our football team.
Yeah, he should. As far as the action on the field, it was a relatively slow day in Mankato. The Vikings held a morning practice session and then worked on special teams in the afternoon, and so far everything appears to be right on schedule.
Things are coming together. We had a good mini camp, and I think the carryover from last year to this year has been very good for us. We haven't had a lot of turnover in players, so a lot of the things that we're doing offensively is very familiar to the guys that we have, and I think that really helps.
And just in case you needed further proof that the NBA season never actually ends, today the Timberwolves released their 96-97 schedule. The team opens the season at home against San Antonio on November 1st. Other Target Center highlights include J.R. Rider's return on November 12th, Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers on December 21st, and Michael Jordan and the world champion Chicago Bulls pay a visit on January 15th. Can you believe that the schedule is out already for the Timberwolves?
And that November 12th date, that's if JR makes the plane.
That's right. Yeah. And if he shows up, they'll probably what? Whomp him.
Whomp him.
I would think.
Thrash him.
Just thrash him.
Exactly. Before we go, some inside scoop from the Olympics that could help you impress friends and family at your next pool party, which should be a real whomping.
That's right. But first, yesterday's winning lottery numbers. There they are, 449.
What do you call hamburgers that are grilled one at a time by a person? Absolutely delicious! Chili's Big Mouth Burgers, monuments of inefficiency.
Let's get serious. You need a car. And right now, during Hyundai's 10th anniversary celebration, you can afford a new car. With standard dual airbags, the 96 Accent is the most affordable sedan in America. Get the stylish new Elantra and get $1,000 cash back. Or drive off in the roomy Sonata and save $1,000. Come see how Hyundai looks today and get more car for your money during Hyundai's 10th anniversary celebration. Because you need a car.
What makes a KARE 11 News Extra? What an extra is to me is just a beautiful piece, a compelling piece with wonderful pictures, a story where we put our heart into it. It's a positive story. It is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for me as a photojournalist to tell a compelling story that's a memorable story, and it's a wonderful story that people should hear.
An emotional firestorm, one of the very best movies of 1996. Sandra Bullock, Samuel L. Jackson, Matthew McConaughey, Kevin Spacey. A Time to Kill. Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
So what are you doing this Saturday? Oh, come on. You need to get out more, so why not get to Kohl's? Because this Saturday is Super Saturday at Kohl's. All day from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. I don't think so, because during Super Saturday, you'll find incredible savings on the brands you love throughout the entire store. Oh, save that for next Saturday. This Saturday, get to Kohl's and make it a Super Saturday.
Well, your toe bone connected to your foot bone, your foot bone connected to your heel bone, your heel bone.
We did this just to prove a point. People are not made of money. That's why at Best Buy there's no payments and no interest for 1 year on all audio, video, appliances, and Acer computers now through Saturday. Best Buy, it's just the store you've been shopping for.
Before we go, finally, if you dream of swimming as fast as an Olympian, sure, your stroke is important, but it's really the suit that makes the swimmer. Just ask the folks at Speedo. Heck, speed is in their name. They claim swimmers will get to the finish line 4% faster wearing a Speedo than they ever could, even in the buff. According to these swimsuit experts, it's a simple matter of physics.
So, slightly different flow speed on the striped part creates what's called a turbulent layer of water around the body, as opposed to an attached layer, much like the effect of dimples on a golf ball.
Speedo's track record isn't skimpy. 2/3 of the gold medalists this year have worn Speedo suits. The rest have worn Hanes.
In fact, Paul has his Speedo on under the desk right now.
Of course.
But we won't ruin the night with that.
No.
We will talk about a nice day tomorrow and then a pretty decent weekend with just a couple of scattered showers. But tomorrow will be very, very nice. Jeff?
Again, the Vikings have signed their top draft choice, Dwayne Clemens out of California. Only Robert Smith remains to be signed.
Well, if you stayed up late with us like this, we really do. We want to tell you we really do appreciate it, but you need counseling. We'll see you tomorrow.
So do we. Good night.
Love the great taste of Snickers and ice cream? Then you'll go nuts over the new Snickers ice cream cone.
So how about a kiss?
What for? What a cool idea.